Nexo and Celsius are the closest companies in existence that are equivalent of cryptocurrency banks. What they do is they provide a service to crypto users which exceeds any other bank in the world, and also provides a service that I personally think is better than any bank in the world. Now, both of these institutions are relatively new, only a couple of years old, and all of their functions aren't completely operating yet. So say, for example, the card feature with Nexo isn't actually operating yet, and there are other entities out there that do provide a cryptocurrency card. Perhaps by the time that you're watching this video, the card does exist. But what I'm going to do is take you through the major features of both of these platforms. They're effectively the Visa and MasterCard of the crypto world, and demonstrate to you what they do provide at the moment, because I've been a happy user of both of these platforms for around about 2 years now, and they do offer a very secure environment to get a very good return on your cryptocurrency. Now, you might ask, how are they able to offer 12% interest on crypto or in fiat? And Nexo does have collateral in fiat and also in cryptocurrencies. You can supply both fiat and crypto to Nexo to gain up to 12% interest. Celsius, on the other hand, you have to only provide in crypto. So you can't provide dollars, pounds, euros, etc. through Celsius unless you convert them into a stable coin first. And obviously that has fees associated with it. So in terms of usability, I think that Nexo is better in terms of usability for now, but things may change in the future, and Celsius may be able to access fiat currency offerings in time. So how are they able to offer such high rates of interest when your traditional bank isn't? Well, liquidity is the key. If you're a holder of 10 Bitcoin and you believe that it's going to be worth $500,000 a coin by 2025, 2030, etc., then you don't want to sell. But at the same time, you have $300,000, $400,000 of Bitcoin just sitting there doing nothing on an exchange, and that money could be theoretically put to good use. What Nexo and Celsius provide is a way of accessing that cash flow by using other people's money, i.e. you and me, who are theoretically going to fund the platform, to actually enable them to loan against their cryptocurrency. Okay, so if you have 5 Bitcoin, for example, and they're each worth 100,000, you could access collateralized returns up to $250,000 of that Bitcoin. The model works because you're providing the cryptocurrency as a guarantee that you'll pay it back, that you'll pay the loan back, and also every single loan is over collateralized. What that means is that if you put 10 Bitcoin on the platform, you can only borrow a maximum of the amount of 5 Bitcoin, with the rest making up the collateralization, to make sure that the people lending the money aren't going to be left out of pocket if there is a serious fluctuation in the market or the market price of Bitcoin. So it's all very, very clever, very, very well thought out. That's why they've got over $15 billion in assets under management. Nexo has over 1.5 million users. It's available with 40 fiat currencies worldwide, and it's available in 200 jurisdictions. The actual process of earning interest occurs daily at midnight, and every transaction, all holdings are insured up to $375 million, which is actually one of the highest insurance offerings in the crypto space. And you can also add or withdraw funds at any time. Now, there are certain tiers, certain offerings that Nexo supply in order to be able to withdraw funds, okay? And I'm going to explain that a little bit later. But theoretically, your interest rate starts as low as 5.9% and works its way up to 13%, okay? So if you're wanting to borrow against your Bitcoin, the most you will pay is 13% per annum, which if you're freeing up, tens of thousands of dollars, is actually very, very attractive. So this is very attractive for both individuals who don't have any cryptocurrency and just want to earn a really nice rate of return on fiat currency. But also if you do own a lot of cryptocurrency, it's really attractive because it enables you to free up your crypto. Okay. And as I said, the card is on its way, which would offer 2% cashback on all purchases, etc. But I'll talk more about this in the crypto cashback section at the end of this module. So the one thing to note about this is the security is excellent. It is a centralized platform, okay? There is a company behind Nexo, the platform, okay? And they offer the service, okay? Now there will be an element of voting taking place further down the road, but at the moment everything is fairly simple, fairly straightforward, and they don't have much in the way of affiliate links or cards or even voting mechanism at the moment. That's all to come in the future. By the time you watch this video, that may have already happened. There will be an affiliate link to Nexo in time when they launch their affiliate link service, but for now you can just go to Nexo.io and click on create account. Now when I click create account, it's going to take me to my account, which is here. So once you've logged in order to actually set up an account with Nexo, all you need is an email address and a password. And then it will take you to a page like this, okay? Now the first step is just opening the account. There are then various tiers that you need to go through in order to actually add an exchange capital, okay? And this will be found under your profile. So there are verification levels, okay? There's starter verification, which enables you to withdraw and deposit $20,000 a day, okay? And there is bank transfer limits as well. You can't actually transfer any fiat currency on the lowest verification. For that, you'll need to do the basic verification, which increases the amount of crypto that you can deposit up to $2 million a day or $20,000 a day in savings. Okay, still you're not able to access the banking services because they need to do KYC. For that, you need to go to the advanced verification, which involves supplying them with an address, proof of address, and proof of identity, so driving license, passport, etc. You can then deposit $500,000 a day or $200 million a day, and in fiat currencies, in 45 different currencies, you can deposit $100,000 a day or $200 million a day in the credit line wallet. Okay, so until you've got the advanced verification, you're going to kind of struggle unless you're just using this to earn interest on your cryptocurrencies. There are also loyalty levels associated with this, okay, and this goes behind the scenes a little bit to the Nexo token, which is the proprietary token of the Nexo platform. It's currently worth around about $3 a token, okay, and it has increased around 30 times in the last year, so it was around 10 cents in summer 2020. The development of the platform probably means that it's going to climb a lot higher than that in time. I wouldn't be surprised to see it at $10 to $15 in 12, 18, 24 months from summer 2021. But the important thing is that it enables you, holding different levels of Nexo token allows you to save fees or earn higher interest, and in fact both, and also allows you to have free cryptocurrency withdrawals. Now, one of the biggest problems with the DeFi space is that it costs sometimes a lot of money to deposit and withdraw from DeFi protocols because you're doing everything on chain. With the top tier level of the Nexo token, you can actually have 5 withdrawals per month completely for free. Okay, so that could be over $100 a month that you're going to save if you do decide to deposit crypto using this platform. Okay, so let's just have a look at the base tier. Okay, so if you have 0 Nexo tokens or less than 1%, your borrowing rate is 11.9%. Your cryptocurrency saving interest rate is 4% if you don't want it paid in the Nexo token. If you decide to have it paid in the Nexo token, you'll get 6%. Okay, but on the daily accrual, you'll just have Nexo token deposited into your account. Fiat currencies are the same, and then stable coins. So if you're deciding to save USDC or Tether, USDT, or True USD, I'm not sure they offer True USD, but any stable coin that we can have a look at in a moment, you can have 8% if you're just wanting to earn it in the stable coin itself, or 10% if you decide to save it in the Nexo token. You do get dividends Every so often, once a year in fact, Nexo distribute 30% of their profits to Nexo token holders automatically. So if you hold Nexo tokens in your wallet on the platform, you will receive 30% of the profits taken from the Nexo platform. And that happens generally around August. Then you've got free crypto withdrawals and then governance. This hasn't been decided yet. There is a voting mechanism underway that will be coming out soon where you can decide what happens, presumably with the Nexo token and the Nexo platform. But that is a little bit more of an advanced feature. Okay. So let's look at silver. Between 1 to 5% of Nexo token, your borrow interest rate drops to 10.9%, 4.25 or 6.25 for both fiat currencies and cryptocurrencies, and 8.25 to 10.25 for stablecoins. Okay, that includes GBP and USD at the time of recording, dividends, and 2 free crypto withdrawals. Then gold, 5 to 10% held in Nexo tokens of your total portfolio. So if you had £100,000, you'd have to deposit £10,000 or buy 10,000 between £5,000 and £10,000 of Nexo tokens. 8.9%, 4.5 or 6.5, 5% in fiat currencies or 7% with the Nexo token, 9% in stablecoins, 11% if you want to earn in Nexo tokens, and 3 free crypto withdrawals. Then the best tier with at least 10%. So if you had £100,000, you need to have on the platform at least 10,000 Nexo tokens, or £10,000 of Nexo tokens. 5.9%, 5% or 7% with cryptocurrencies, 6% or 8% with fiat currencies, and 10% to 12% for stablecoins. Now, it is worth mentioning that any fiat currency you deposit into this ecosystem is automatically created into a stablecoin. Okay, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. But that is basically the overall structure of the Nexo accounts. So let's just have a look at what you can deposit. Bitcoin, Ether, the Nexo token, which you get a dividend for, XRP, Tether, USD coin, Paxos Standard, True USD, DAI, HUSD, USD in actual dollars, okay? Euros, pounds, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS, BNB, Stellar, Pax Gold, Chainlink, and Tron. There are plans to add more, but these are the main offerings at the moment, and obviously you can see you can get up to 12% interest on any of these, apart from Bitcoin and Ether, where it's slightly lower. Okay, so let's look at these. If you're, holding £5,000 in a bank account somewhere, you could just exchange that into this account and earn interest on it. If you were to do that in dollars, you are going to be earning around about 12% or 14% at the moment, because there is a promotion on at the time of the recording. But if I'm in the UK, so I'm going to be depositing pounds. These pounds are actually exchanged into GBPX, which is a stable coin. So when you deposit using your bank account, within 24 hours, the funds turn up in your account on Nexo, but they're not Great British pounds anymore. They're a stable coin. Okay, that means that they are insured according to the terms and conditions. Okay, at the point in the 24 hours between the exchange, they aren't insured. Okay, because the custodial insurance of $375 million doesn't cover fiat currencies. This is something that many people have picked up on online, and I just want to clear it up. The moment that your funds hit Nexo, they are insured, no matter whether they are cryptocurrencies or they are just fiat currencies. Okay, there's no such thing as a fiat currency when it appears on the system. Everything is cryptocurrency. It just happens to be tied to GBP or Euro or USD. Okay, so that's something just to clear up there. My favorite use of Nexo is just to use it as a savings account. So deposit £10,000 and earn up to 12% interest. Now, there have been complications added to this. You used to just be able to fund your account and have 8% per annum without any fuss, but now they offer different services based on what's going on. So you can earn in kind. So if you want to earn in the Nexo token, you get a 2% bonus. Okay, so I'm going to click that there, and I'm going to save that. This is actually quite interesting. If you're planning on lending out your cryptocurrency, Okay, and you don't want to have a situation where your margin potentially goes below the limit where your funds are in jeopardy. You can switch on automatic collateral transfer. What this will do for you is it will effectively bring up your margin, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things, to satisfy the underwriters of the loan. Okay, so that means that whatever happens in the cryptocurrency space, your funds are protected, provided you have some fiat currency, or quote unquote fiat currency, on the system. Okay, this is more advanced. Okay, you need to kind of understand margin trading a little bit to understand what's going on there, but safe it to say, if you are going to lend out your cryptocurrency, this is really worth considering. Okay, to make sure that your loan health is never in jeopardy. Okay, theoretically, if 50% of, if you have a loan to value of 50% and the price drops half, you will have 25% of your assets. Okay, if it drops half again, it's going to be 12.5%. Okay, at some point Nexo will say you need to put more money in, basically, in order to bring up the equity in the loan. Okay, now with this, it does it automatically for you, provided they've got the funds on the account. Otherwise, you'll be notified to do that manually. Okay, but that's only something if you're looking to lend out your crypto for a loan. If you're just looking to lend it out to get interest, then you don't need to worry about that at all, because the over collateralization feature makes sure that you are always safe. Okay, so I'm going to select yes, that I want to earn bonus interest, okay, of 2%, and go back to my account, and then let's look at the options available to us to actually get more interest overall. So you can now see that's turned to 6%, because I'm getting the 4% base rate, because I have no Nexo tokens in this wallet at the moment, but I'm earning an extra 2% in Nexo tokens. You can increase the interest further by doing a fixed term. Okay, now a fixed term will increase the interest rate to 10%. Okay, so if I wanted to put in £1,000, okay, I could do that, and that would go in for 3 months. Okay, so you would lock your funds away effectively for 3 months. They will become liquid again after 3 months. I have a video on my YouTube channel where I break down how to actually make the most of this if you have a sizable amount, maybe $25,000 or so, to actually earn interest on, where you deposit at a fixed weekly cycle to make sure that you always have liquidity of 10% of your capital, but you're also gaining the maximum interest at the same time. Okay, so that is a way of making 10% annual interest with no ownership of the Nexo tokens, but you are going to be accruing Nexo tokens, so overall your loyalty will increase, hopefully to the point in time where you can have 12% per annum paid in Nexo tokens. You can also set it to automatically renew as well, so you don't have to worry about that renewing, and the funds will be paid back into your account. Okay, you're allowed up to 10 active terms, okay, per asset. So if I wanted 5 in Ethereum and 7 in XRP, that would be fine. But if I wanted 12 in Paxos Standard, I would need to I'd only be allowed to do 10. Okay, so you can have multiple earning fixed terms yielding you 10% interest on either your fiat currency or your cryptocurrency. So that is basically an introduction to Nexo. They do also have an exchange where you can swap your tokens. So you can swap pretty much any token for any other token, and that is a relatively inexpensive way of actually swapping them over. You can actually buy and sell through that as well. Okay, I have not yet used this, okay, but it works in a very similar way to other swapping systems, where you just select the amount of Bitcoin you wish to have, and then you're able to exchange it for a very attractive fee. Okay, the fee is paid in Nexo tokens. Okay, so you kind of need to start accruing those as soon as possible in order to exchange. And obviously you can always withdraw out of this system and out of the Nexo infrastructure to an exchange for free if you have that one withdrawal a month on the lowest tier, or multiples of that going through the higher tiers. There is a transaction record, which is really nice and clear, and you can export it for paying tax and accounting. So that's really good, and it's very, very clear when you've earned your interest, what it is. There's even a notification that comes up when you have earned some interest, and I deposited 20 Nexo tokens in here a little while ago, just to get the ball rolling for demonstration purposes, and you can see that I'm picking up a very, very small amount of Nexo on a daily basis throughout that period. So let's now have a look at Celsius. Celsius is very similar, apart from they don't have a desktop application or a browser application. They only operate through an app. So you can only operate through an app. Now, why, you might ask, would it be a good idea for you to have both Nexo and Celsius? Well, as I explain further in this course, diversifying your holdings is always a good idea. Okay, if you have $100,000 or pounds to invest, putting it all on one platform is asking for trouble. Putting 33,000 on one platform, 33,000 on another, and 33,000 on a third platform is a much safer way of operating, just in case something were to happen. Remember, these are new systems, these are new companies. They are being, you're basically being a pioneer in the finance world. You don't want to do something where you're going to lose a lot of money very quickly. Okay, now Celsius genuinely offer higher rates than Nexus. Okay, than Nexo. Okay, and they do that by offering their proprietary token, which is also Cell. Cell is around about $5 or so now, because it has had a huge increase, and you can actually pay more through the Celsius token with this than you can through Nexo. Okay, everything is a little bit more built around the Celsius token with Celsius than the Nexo token. I think the Nexo token was slightly an afterthought with Nexo, whereas Celsius appears to have really started from the ground up with the Celsius token. Okay, now they do offer rates as high as 17% for stablecoins on Celsius, so it is definitely worth it. However, remember the fees. Okay, the fees are actually really important, and you will obviously be paying a fee because you can only deposit and withdraw cryptocurrency as opposed to fiat currency on this system. Okay, so let's look at the borrow area. Okay, so in terms of actual fees to borrow, Celsius do actually offer a 1% APR as a promotion at the moment. That's been going on for a few months now, so I'm not sure whether they're planning to pull that anytime soon. But you theoretically can borrow at 1% APR, so it's very, very attractive indeed. You can also specify your loan term, which is more of a fixed term than Nexo. Okay, and you can also have a loan to value as high as 50% or as low as 25%. Okay, so if I wanted to borrow $5,000 and I had 5 Ethereum, I'd be able to do that, and the amount of total interest I would pay would be $112.50 or $3.13 a month, with an effective APR of 0.75%. So you can see why this is attractive. Okay, if I had Bitcoin and I was, if I had one whole Bitcoin, I could theoretically borrow $10,000. Let's just make that 12,000. So I could effectively, with one whole Bitcoin, I could borrow just underneath $11,500. I would pay for a 36th month loan $258.75. I'd obviously keep my Bitcoin. Okay, I would be paying $7.19 a month, which would be taken out of the Bitcoin, so you wouldn't even feel that. And that again is a interest rate of 0.75%. Not only that, but they have a promotion on at the moment to earn $40. So in actual fact, I'd be getting 4 or 5 months completely for free. Okay, if you pay it in cash, then the rate goes up. $345, 1% APR, or $9.58 a month. Not a massive amount, but obviously worth considering. If you're going to earn then the interest rates, as I say, up to 17.78%, depending on the cryptocurrency, and you just need to transfer it in. 12.65% on Tether, 6.2% on Bitcoin. Notice that Nexo is slightly higher, and 6.35% on Ethereum. Now, they do offer different interest rates, and you do need to look at whether Celsius is available in your country. Okay, so you need to make sure that that is an offering that is allowed. There are countries around the world which don't allow, normally, most likely the United States, which don't allow the Celsius token because it feels to the SEC like a security as opposed to anything else. Okay, so you can't actually earn in the sell rewards in the United States and several other countries around the world as well. Okay, but you can see here the difference in interest rates. If you're earning in Celsius, you can actually earn up to 17.78 in Synthetics Network token. Okay, now it's always worth looking at these and comparing them to other investments areas. Okay, there are some tokens on here where you can get a better rate elsewhere. Okay, maybe in the DeFi space, which is in section 6 of this course. But in terms of just getting in gently into the world of borrowing and lending cryptocurrency, you could do a lot worse than opening either a Nexo or a Celsius account. Okay, so I hope that you are now a little bit more comfortable with that. As I say, there will be a link to open up a either Nexo or Celsius accounts. I hope you have a nice explore of what is going on in the world of borrowing and lending with cryptocurrency. And as I say, the world is definitely getting more and more attractive in terms of borrowing and lending with cryptocurrency, and getting returns, double-digit returns with cryptocurrency or even fiat currency will definitely help you to make more profit in the long run. Particularly pay attention to the crypto cascade, which is something that I reference in the end of this course, where you actually take your accrued interest and do something with it to earn even more overall. But for now, let's go back to the main elements of the course and look how to make more with your crypto.